Hi there everyone, this is Victoria Violet. I hope that you are well and welcome in. I have some sage here that I'm burning. This is the first video on this new channel. I have uploaded videos, as you know, but they haven't been from this channel. They were from my old channel. I'm starting from scratch. I do thank you so much for joining me. I welcome you in. I have to say, first things first, if you do not like tarot, you don't believe in tarot, please scroll away. This is not your channel. There are millions of YouTubers. Let's go to a place where we know we are welcomed and we're comfortable. With that said, everybody else is welcome in. Let's take a look. First thing we're gonna do is, and I apologize for the shaking, I don't have my other tripod up, so this one does shake a little bit. Please forgive me for that. I'll try the best possible not to shake the table for you, okay? This is where our luck lies right now, meaning Libras, okay? For my Libras, this is a Libra tarot reading. Where does Libra's luck lie right now? During this time, where does the luck lie for Libra? Please and thank you. I'm gonna take 3 so I can get a good picture. Libra. So I like to cut Libras down in segments. Obviously, I can't do that during this particular video. However, I am going to tell you that not all Libras experience everything at the same time. So for that reason, if you're a September Libra, mid-October Libra, or end of October Libra, you may or may not be experiencing this. So again, don't make it fit. Make sure that you are experiencing this and this is your video. And if part of the video is not yours, that's okay too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Magician comes in. It's the first card that you got, and this is for where your luck lies during this time, during this reading. And I want to say, since we're going into the weekend TGIF, guys, this is going to be good all the way to next Saturday, okay, when we'll do another reading. Now, Page of Coins is a lot better than getting the Knight of Coins, and I want to tell you why. Because the Knight of Coins moves so slow that, yeah, the money is guaranteed, but by the time it gets to you, you already need to make some more money. I can't stand it, but that's the way it works. It's energy, right? For that reason, you're getting the 3 of Swords. Now, let's try to see if we can dispel the 3 of Swords with what else is coming for my Libras. And the reason is because we don't want to stay in the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is an ending card. The 3 of Swords is a terrible ending card. Matter of fact, it could be a divorce, it could be the ending of a job, etc. We do not want to stay there. So we're going to look further into that as the reading progresses. Again, please forgive me for the shaking. I'll try to shake it as least as possible. All right, what do we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to be aware of for Libra? Because we don't want things to happen and we're not aware of what's coming around us, because if you are forewarned, you're forearmed, right? A lady. So either if you're a man, then you're thinking about a lady. If you're a woman, then obviously this is your card. And so the reading is for you, depending on where you find yourself with that situation there. I did change the cloth on my table, which I love. I wish I could give you a bigger synopsis of what it looks like, but for right now I won't. It's literally a woman who has her hands up and she's holding up a figure 8, and for her face is just a face, and then it's got a third eye here, and then this is her womb or her belly, her solar plex energy. So I love this because it's so colorful, and I hope you enjoy the colors as well. All right, let's look at the main reading and let's look to see what's coming for my Libras. For my Libras. Now, if you're an air sign and you find yourself here, doesn't mean it's not for you. I will be doing all air signs. However, today's reading is for my Libras, okay? For my lovely Libras, for my handsome Libras, my kings and my queens. Spirit, what do you have to tell us today? Let us know what is coming towards us and what can we expect. All right, let's go. Okay. Well, that's not a bad card to start with, okay? It could be a lot worse. Trust me when I tell you that. This is the 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups, let's take it as the theme card, okay? This could be you deep in thoughts. This could be you waiting for an offer. This could be you not liking an offer. that may come towards you. So we'll dig in a little bit more, okay? You know, that Three of Swords is starting to make a lot of sense now. Have some of you walked away from somebody or something? Could be a job, could be a relationship. It is the Three of Swords along with the Ten of Swords. And anybody that knows, that's in the know, knows that that combination is not good. But let's take it to a positive, guys. Anytime there's an ending, it leaves room for a beginning. So let's take it in the positive and not look at it only in the negative. Although we did get the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords to boot, which is, it didn't only end, it ended with a bang, whatever it was for you that was ending. And again, guys, take this with a grain of salt. Whoever's going through this is your reading. If it's not something that you're going through, if you're happily married, for example, or happily coupled up, it's not you. But then again, if you lost a job or walked away from a job, it could be you. Let's take a look, see further. Oh, wow. Well, let me get a better view. So I don't want to open my mouth yet. Because let me tell you something. Whoever you walked away from or whatever was walked away from, it's not exactly a happy, happy joy for the other person either. If it was a job, well, you left them in a lurch, which I'm glad that you did so if that's the case, because sometimes they need to learn a lesson in how to treat their employees. However, if this was in a couples type of situation, we do see the Page of Swords, we see the King of Wands. So even if you're a male and looking at a female, they could still embody the King of Wands, and that's because we're just reading on the energies. We're not reading on that it has to be a male or female, because I'm reading for many, okay? But I can tell you it's a fiery person, perhaps with a fiery temper. And unfortunately, the Page of Swords is telling me that you may think that you walked away and it's done and it's over with. They're in heartache, or they're thinking about all of this and how explosive it was and how the fact that it affects them even now. They are in the Nine of Swords right here, which you cannot see, but you were in the Ten of Swords. They're in the Nine of Swords. So they're kind of matching your energy is what I'm saying. So if it was a job you walked away from, or even a home you walked away from, or if it was a relationship you walked away from, you both sides of that coin are equally affected by all of this, okay? This is the positive part though, guys, and I love this positive part. You got the Page of Coins twice. Why I like to use more than one deck, my friends, I've been doing this for over 30 years for the general public. Actually, it's more like 37 years now for the general public. I was born with this gift. If you didn't watch episode 1, I do ask that you probably do that, and that's so that you can get to know me and how my gift works, okay? You got the same card twice over, my dears. So what does that tell me? What it tells me is either somebody had to split up money or somebody walked away with money. Let's hope it was you. So here I'm seeing that although somebody is in the Nine of Swords, and again, you were left with the Three of Swords because it affected you greatly. You were left in the Ten of Swords because there's a finality to it. But you were also, this person, just to let you know again, they're in the Nine of Swords. So if you look at this, they didn't walk away unscathed. They are feeling it too. It could be remorse, or it could be, wow, this really, it took part of my finances, or it affected me more than I thought, I cared more than I thought, etc. You know, don't force it to fit your scenario. You will know if this is your reading. Right after that, you walk away with the Three of Swords feeling, and then the 10, which is a finality, meaning there's no coming back to either the relationship or the job or whatever. Again, they're left with the Nine of Swords. But look at the beauty that's coming after this storm. And we do have to call it a storm because, whew, if it was a tornado or a hurricane, it was a bang. It left with a bang. Whatever it was, left with a bang. You get the Sun card, which is beautiful, guys. Look at that. Look at that. You left with the Sun card. And forgive my mess. Those are the to-do things that I have to do, and I don't want to forget. You're left with the Sun card. So that's a new beginning to your life, to your expression, or to, even if you're opening a business on your own, whatever your creative child is, The sun is telling you it is going to be a hit, a success. So great for you. Good job. Sorry for your heartache. Unfortunately, we cannot win all the time. And sometimes, even though we may think that marriage, for example, or relationships are forever, some are not, my dears. So I'm sorry for that. But look, you're either going into a new partnership with either a new job, new career, a new relationship, a new marriage, a new home, whatever it is. You could be going into business with someone. It's going to be a radical change, but for the better. With the Hierophant and the Sun card, there are guarantees that you are going to succeed. Now, again, you got this Page of Swords. I'm sorry, this Page of Coins. With this Page of Coins, perhaps money that you got from a severance pay, got from a divorce, got from a settlement. Maybe it was your last paycheck. It's happened to me before. I can tell you, just as a human being, sometimes we walk away with only the money is in our pocket, but we survive somehow. Why? Because we're resilient as human beings. So with that money, I see you doing great things with it and more to come to match. What does that mean for you? Well, that means that with the Sun card, along with the Hierophant, along with your Page of Pentacles, that whatever you do have or obtain from any of the scenarios that I just gave to you, you're going to succeed and perhaps even make it grow, which is what you want to do when bad times come. You don't want to go down dwindling to your last dollar and then, well, that's your last dollar. And what are you going to do next? Nonetheless, I do see that things will change for you in the positive. Now, for those that are still boohooing, because I've been there, done that, okay? I've gone through divorce. I've gone through terrible endings in my life to where, again, nobody ever thinks that you're going to get with someone or marry someone or even get a job that's a career goal and you're happy and on top, cloud nine, and then all of a sudden things end for you. With that said, this too shall pass. The other thing that I've always taught my private clients is that nothing positive or new can come when somebody or something is already holding. It's a placeholder. Okay, so let's say that I want to parallel park, but there's no parking because there's nothing but cars up and down the edge of the sidewalk, right? The curb. If there's nowhere to park, what am I going to do? Double park? I can't do that. It's against the law. So in essence, there's nowhere for me to fit in there. There's nowhere for me to go. That's what happens when you're with someone that isn't a good fit for you, okay? Not equally yoked, or you're at a job or career, it's a dead end, or it's not what you thought it was, or perhaps they're not even paying you for your time, your service, your experience, which speaks volumes because, I mean, if you have a resume that is prima, how are you going to accept less than what you deserve? I don't expect any of y'all to go out and quit your jobs right now, but I am telling you that it's very well that some of you have quit your jobs or some of you have decided to walk away. If and when you can, I would safeguard by getting another position first and then taking that little executive move, okay? But I do see that good things are on their way for you. So there's a saying in Spanish, que no hay ningún mal que por bien no venga. That means that there's nothing that happens to you that is harmful or bad that doesn't turn around and provide some kind of goodness out of it all. And that's the way we've got to think about it, okay, guys? Because if not, I promise you, we can sit in the wallowing and the pity and the why did it happen to me? And that doesn't mean you're going to get an answer. That doesn't mean that it's going to feel any better or that it's going to start to heal any faster. That just means that you keep asking questions because you expect to have an answer. Sometimes there are no answers. You want to know something? My experience as a medium, clairvoyant, and an empath is that when I've had spirit, which is God, Jesus, when I've had them talking to me or the archangels talking to me, and I expect them to give me an answer, sometimes they do give you answers, but sometimes it's not simple. Oh, this happened because X, Y, Z, and this is what you need to know, Victoria. They don't talk to you like that sometimes. Sometimes they send in coded words, license plates, signs, billboards, somebody just out of the blue saying something that you're like, oh my God, that message was for me. So again, if this message is for you, great. I'm glad to have been of service. And if it's not, let it go. Let's take some more cards and let's take a look to see what's coming in your, this is coming in your near future. Let's see what we can see a little bit further down. For some of you, it looks like you haven't even gone to court, or you haven't even ended something, meaning you might be separated, but perhaps it's not a total move, and perhaps that's why the Page of Coins is coming out twice, because that's money that's coming to you, that's pending coming to you, and you haven't obtained it yet. Why do I say that? Because you have the Five of Swords, and if you see only one person can win, I always say there can only be one Highlander, and look at that. So the others are dejected and walking away with nothing. Not even their swords are on the ground. And then the other swords that he's already captured from others, look. So that is you, my dear. And you will walk away looking like a champion. Yes, you will. Unfortunately, that's not going to be something that's joyful for all involved. So you may be forced to deal with a tyrant, or someone that has attitude, or somebody that becomes angered because you won and they lost. Again, there can only be one winner. Again, in your favor comes a change. This is pretty much what the sun means. A new life, a new way of life, a new way of being, a new way of seeing. So here you go with the Death card. So the Death card again means change. So if you're experiencing, or you're about to embark on something new, but it hasn't quite happened yet, take heart, because it is on its way. It's going to leave someone for sure on one side feeling dejected, feeling like, oh, I lost, feeling like I can't believe that I have to walk away with nothing. They're exaggerating for one. But if it is a settlement through divorce, or through, let's say you're suing a company or car insurance or whatever, I'm sorry, lo siento. One person has to lose. One side has to lose for the other to win. Okay? Look at that. 3 of Coins, my dears. 3 of Coins. So again, I do see finances in your favor. I do see things moving forward in your favor. And that's a beautiful card. Look at that. The 9 of Cups. You see him? He's always smiling in this card. Why? Because he's doing brisk business. It's at a tavern. So he is making money. And, well, let's face it. Who is not happy about making money, right? So I would say, you know, somebody does have to lose, and I'm so sorry for that, especially because, you know, a lot of us have been married, gotten married, etc. And again, you know, my condolences to the ending of a marriage. You know, it's not the easiest thing to go through, I know. But at the same time, would you prefer to stay in something that's not working? You know, it's like, can you imagine, like I said, a hurricane? You know, a tornado. Let's say a tornado, because a lot of people don't live by water and some do. Let's take a tornado. A tornado tears through the property that you were living in. Luckily, you were not home. And so you're safe. Your loved ones are safe. But your items are not, they're not there anymore. You can't recoup them, okay? You cannot recoup your house unless you rebuild, and you cannot recoup all of your items, the personal items, your memories, things that you thought you treasured and would like to take those mementos. You can't do that, okay? I mean, you can go get a bulldozer and try to get stuff out, but you can't really do that. It would be more painful to look at everything that's been broken, or maybe things that have been ruined. The other thing is, you can't possibly try to live in the house, right? Because it's flattened. I mean, wood is everywhere, things are all over the place, and you cannot dwell there. You just can't. So the same thing goes with something that's ending. It's ending in a powerful way that's going to feel explosive to you, but at the same time, my dears, it's necessary, because sometimes God, I'm not saying will cause a tornado, but will cause a tornado in your life, to where if you don't walk away from something, forcibly will be done for you, okay? What else can you tell us for my Libras? What else can you tell the Libra so that they know how the outcome is for them and what to expect, what to further expect? So here again, one person is going to feel, or possibly at this point, 2 people feel in the 5 of Coins. Why? Because that's the have-nots. That's the I'm impoverished, or I feel like I'm going to lose everything, right? So let's say both people feel that way, but also the 5 is half a 10. So 50-50, right? half of 100, 50-50. But look, again with the 8 of coins. So I believe, because I'm the reader, I'm doing the reading here, I believe that even if you feel like this money, maybe that it's not going to be enough, or I'm only walking away with a little bit. No, friend, don't think that way. Don't salt the energy before you even get it in your hands. A lot of us do that. Don't do that, because again, it already came out right here, the Page of Coins, due to an ending. The magician magically is bringing that to you. They're making it manifest to you in some way, shape, or form. Again, it was told to you that it is coming to you indeed, so it's a guarantee. So with that said, why fret about what's already on its way? I know, Victoria, it's easier said than done. You can tell me not to fret, but I'm going to fret because it's in my nature, or I can't help it. I can't see the outcome yet. I can't see the deliverance of that money that I so need. And then again, Victoria, I'm only going to end up with, a Page of Pentacles type of money. Yes, my friends, I see that. But half is yours, whatever the half means. So that's yours. And a guarantee with this, if you turn it sideways, is an infinity. And what did I even tell you? What possessed me to tell you about my tablecloth? What possessed me to even talk about it? I never talk about my tablecloth. As a matter of fact, in all the videos I've done, which are near 3,000, I've never once told people, let me just express to you what's on my tablecloth. So again, let me reiterate. I told you that there is a figure 8, okay? There is an 8 above her head, and she's holding it with her hands. She's holding it up over her head. I told you that. And again, that's what this is. It is a figure 8. And the 8, especially in finances, that means it's an infinity symbol. Infinity symbols mean that this money can be long lasting. It's up to you. Now, if you go to Wally World and you start shopping left and right, or go to Macy's or whatever, Best Buy or wherever you want to go shop, you go and you waste it before you start to invest it wisely or use it wisely. Well, I'm only here as a messenger, and you have free will, so you can mess up and jack up your life if that is the case. I am asking you to take a good long look at your finances once this is said and done, and do something with it, because I'm telling you, it's going to create a lot of happiness with the 3 of coins there. Again, it could even be you literally changing your life around, because here you have the Death card and the Sun guaranteeing you that you will change your life. And although you might say, but this is not enough money. Oh, I beg to differ, because it is telling me over and over again, it more than definitely is enough money. The Sun card and putting it into good use, or a business idea, or even a different career, is going to bring that money, and it's going to invest that money, or grow that money, or allow you to save the money. Something's going to happen in a beautiful way where that money is going to prosper. It's going to become more than enough for you. So again, we can always say it's not enough money. The scenario that Spirit is giving me is a glass half empty or a glass half full. My friends, this has been your reading for right now, for today, for this week. Money looks good for you. I do, again, I feel your sorrow. I'm sorry for anybody that has to go through any painful endings. This too shall pass. You are resilient, more so than you know. And when you're ready to heal, you're going to see that this was a blessing in disguise with pain, or of pain. And you're going to see beyond your pain and suffering, and you're going to see your tomorrows are so much brighter and bring you so much happiness and opportunities coming your way. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love and light to you all. Again, if you're not into tarot, thank you for stopping by, but please do feel free not to watch this video, because I don't want to cause you trauma, and I certainly don't need to hear it in the comments, because you will be blocked. For everyone else, please do consider subscribing, become part of the family here. Thank you so much again for stopping by. May you be blessed not only today, but always. Much love. Bye, friends.